Well, good morning. We're here this morning to announce the results of our most recent statewide human trafficking sting. This is the 9th one that we've done since I took office in 2019. This was codenamed Operation Spring Cleaning. And while I don't choose these names, I have to say Rocky did a nice job on this one. It was a week-long sting, included over 70 law enforcement agencies and social service organizations that are working with us in partnership under the Ohio Organized Crime Investigations Commission in my office. The OCIC's 8 human trafficking task forces, that's up from only 2 when I took office, work year-round to combat human trafficking across the state. During these concerted efforts, our task forces are joined by additional agencies that bring extra manpower and resources to conduct demand reduction at a large scale. The task force's hard work has paid off. Here's the results. 84 Johns trying to buy sex in Ohio have been charged with engaging in prostitution or soliciting. 38 people were charged with felony charges up to and including human trafficking. 43 human trafficking survivors were encountered and referred for various help from different agencies. And we did 15 search warrants. The search warrants were focused on largely massage parlors. Several years ago, I challenged the OCIC teams to start looking at massage parlors. It was an area where we have a fixed location, unlike a lot of the things we do, which are more internet-based. And we were beginning to hear complaints around the state. And to their credit, the commanders rose to the occasion, and this particular operation has the largest impact on the massage parlor operations in Ohio to date. I'm very proud of the work that they're doing there. These arrests are, of course, just the beginning of these cases. I urge the prosecutors that will take these cases to court to handle the cases and take them seriously. Where it's appropriate and you have option to send people to John's school, kind of like DUI school, where you learn how your misconduct is impacting other people, I urge you to do that. Don't plead these cases down to nothing. They represent damage to human beings. This is not a victimless crime. And the only way we're going to stop human trafficking is if we can cut off the oxygen, the cash that fuels it. A previous defendant, Andrew Craig, was formerly of Chicago, can maybe tell you about what happens when a prosecutor does step up and take the case. I say formerly from Chicago because he now is in Pickaway County at the correctional facility. He was arrested last fall during a similar statewide operation next door, and he thought he was selling sexual encounters to eager customers. Instead, he ended up doing business with agents of the task force and was charged with compelling and promoting prostitution. And he was sentenced in April to 4 years in prison. That case is just one of countless examples of the fruits of labor of these fantastic task forces. We're now going to play a short video that will take you inside part of the operations that were just concluded. Human trafficking doesn't occur in a vacuum. It thrives in the shadows, businesses, online spaces, and neighborhoods that are too often overlooked.
The Asian massage parlors are everywhere. As soon as we close one down, they open back up.
Homeless police!
That's why we launched Operation Spring Cleaning. We're shutting down massage parlors tied to exploitation. We're targeting online predators seeking minors. And we're putting traffickers and buyers on notice.
The state of Ohio really invest the money, invest the time, invest the manpower and technology to really look into this and then provide holistic services.
The Akron Summit County area is busier than we can handle.
Human trafficking is a supply and demand business, just like drugs. If somebody wasn't looking to have illegal sex, there wouldn't be victims being trafficked. So don't. Period. Don't.
A massage parlor that you visit might be the target of our next search warrant. The teen you think you're talking to online could just be one of our agents. If you're trying to buy sex in Ohio, you probably don't want to, because our folks are out there watching.
I realize that prostitution is as old as time. It's in our Bible. You know, we all talk about it. We know about it. We realize that it's there, but it is not a victimless crime.
People don't realize that a lot of these people may be forced into doing these things when they don't want to.
This coordinated crackdown brought together law enforcement agencies from the state, local, and federal government across Ohio to combat human trafficking and protect victims. When we work together, we make our communities safer.
When the Attorney General puts out how many people we arrest and their professions, it's astounding. So that partnership is really, really critical for the success.
These weekly stings that the Attorney General's office puts on, usually by the end of the week, there are good things that have happened.
I appreciate AG Yost, had dedicated all this time, the 8 years that he's been here, he has done so many of operations such as like this.
Victims and survivors, we believe you. We are here to help you. There are so many areas that we can take you to keep you safe, get you away from your trafficker.
We're going to continue to fight this fight.
If you see something, report it, and don't buy sex in Ohio. Well, as Sheriff Fothery said in that video, it's amazing to hear the numbers of arrests each time. This particular operation brings the number to more than 1,065 arrests since 2019 when we began doing these stings. That's a big number. And it shows that the problem isn't going away, although the perpetrators are getting a little more skittish as word gets out, don't buy sex in Ohio. As I mentioned, this last operation looked at strongly at massage parlors. I had the opportunity to go out in the field with the Central Ohio Human Trafficking Task Force as they did one in the Dublin-Powell area, and the lady who owned the business next door to the massage parlor simply said, "Thank you." She was waiting for us to show up and knew what was going on. That's the most common reaction we get, is gratitude. We've come a long way to get to 1,000, more than 1,000 arrests. Law enforcement still needs your help. If you suspect human trafficking, we have a statewide Ohio local human trafficking hotline, 844-OHHT for Ohio Human Trafficking. Or just call your local police department. If you see something, say something. Don't wait. It could change a survivor's life. When we conduct a sting operation, the lives that are changed are not limited to the arrests that we make in the criminal justice system. The human trafficking survivors encountered at these sting operations are given direct services that immediately address their urgent needs: medical attention, food, clean clothes, substance abuse, treatment referrals, and more. Our work through my human trafficking initiative has strengthened the partnerships between law enforcement and the other providers of services, allowing survivors to enter treatment, even providing safe houses where there's physical danger. So grateful for the social organizations that work with us and partner in this mission. We've changed the way, thanks to their help and their partnership, the way survivors are encountered and interviewed, giving them a helping hand up and incredible advocates who walk with them on the path to recovery along what I call the highway to hope. At our inaugural Human Trafficking Summit 6 years ago, I talked about a highway in my home county of Delaware. It runs across the top of the county, east to west. It's only 13 and a half miles long or so, State Highway 521. It goes from Delaware to the little hamlet of Olive Green with just a few hundred residents. You might wonder why that road is there, because it goes from a small town to a even smaller place. But the fact of the matter is, building roads is what we do together. I challenged Ohio at our first Human Trafficking Summit to build that highway to hope, to provide a way for survivors to find justice, to find healing, to put their lives back together. And I pledged that if we would build it, that those survivors would never need to walk alone. The people behind me and the agencies that couldn't be here today, the social service advocates and workers, all the treatment providers, all of us together have built that highway to hope. It's there. It will survive. It will continue. I can't begin to tell you how much it's meant to me to be part of this effort to end human trafficking. We will continue those efforts day and night, year-round, even when we're not working and having a visible operation out in the public where people see a search warrant or see arrests being made. The work is going on. These are long-term investigations, and getting to the people who are at the top of the trafficking pyramid takes time. But these dedicated law enforcement officers know how to do that, and they're going to continue. So the message is, we're out there. We're working. Don't buy sex in Ohio.